Welcome to the Great African Stories, where we celebrate the beauty and power of African folk tales. Today, I'll be sharing one of our tales that is rich with tension, drama, and deep lessons passed down through generations. These stories are more than just entertainment. They are a window into the heart of our ancestors, their struggles, their triumphs, and their wisdom. As you listen to this tale, The Leopard's Wrath, allow the words to transport you to a time when the balance between nature, honor, and survival was the foundation of life. Thank you for joining me today. I hope this story resonates with you as much as it has with those who have heard it for centuries. Ready? The leopard tribe lived in the heart of the forest, where the trees were so tall their branches seemed to scrape the sky. For generations, they had hunted and thrived beneath the watchful eyes of their ancestors, especially the mighty leopard king, whose spirit protected the tribe. Across the great river, on the other side of the valley, lived the eagle tribe, swift and cunning, known for their ability to strike quickly and without warning. The two tribes had always shared an uneasy peace, but with the long drought, food had become scarce, and now conflict loomed on the horizon. On a still moonlit night, Elder Mosey, the chief of the leopard tribe, made his way through the forest to the sacred grove. His bones ached with age, but his spirit was strong. He had led his people through many hardships, but this drought was different. It was relentless, unforgiving. As he knelt in the soft earth before the altar of the ancestors, his heart was heavy. "Oh, great leopard king," he whispered, his voice barely audible in the silence of the night. "I seek your guidance. The eagle tribe grows bold, and my people grow hungry. War seems inevitable, but I fear it will destroy us both. What should we do?" For a long moment there was no response, only the sound of the wind rustling the leaves overhead. But then a low growl rumbled through the forest, and the air grew thick with power. From the shadows, the spirit of the Leopard King emerged, his eyes glowing like embers in the night. His form was massive, his fur shimmering in the moonlight, and his presence filled the grove with a sense of ancient, untamed strength. "The drought tests all who live under the sun," the Leopard King said, his voice a deep rumble that seemed to come from the very earth itself. "But war will not bring the rains. If your people fight the eagle tribe, both will perish. The land will turn to dust beneath your feet." Elder Mosey bowed his head, his heart sinking. "Then how can we survive, great king? The young warriors are restless. They hunger for food, but more than that, they hunger for battle. I fear I'm losing control." The Leopard King's eyes narrowed. "Beware the hearts of the young, for they are easily swayed by pride and fury. But remember this, the true enemy is the drought, not the eagle tribe. If you can find a way to unite the tribes, you may yet save your people. But tread carefully, for darkness lurks in places unseen." With those words, the Leopard King faded into the shadows, leaving Elder Mosey alone in the grove. The old chief stood slowly, his mind racing. How could he unite the tribes when they were on the brink of war? He feared that the young warrior, Okoye, would lead his people to destruction if he did not act soon. At the leopard tribe's camp, Okoye sat by the fire sharpening his spear. His muscles rippled beneath his skin, his body hardened by years of training and battle. He was the tribe's most fearsome warrior, known for his strength and bravery. But tonight, his mind was troubled. The elders spoke of peace, of finding a way to avoid conflict, but Okoye saw no other path. The eagle tribe had already encroached on their hunting grounds, and now, with the drought, their actions were becoming more brazen. "They take what is ours," Okoye muttered to himself, his jaw clenched in anger, "and we do nothing." As he sat, lost in thought, a shadow appeared at the edge of the camp. It was Nala, the daughter of the chief of the eagle tribe. She moved silently, her feet barely making a sound as she approached. Okoye glanced up, his eyes narrowing. He had seen her before, during brief encounters between their tribes, but never this close. "Nala," Okoye said, his voice low. "What are you doing here?" Nala stepped closer, her movements graceful, but her eyes were sharp. She was beautiful, with high cheekbones and long hair woven with feathers. Her gaze was piercing, and there was something about her that made Okoye wary. "I come in peace," Nala said, her voice smooth. "Our tribes are on the edge of war, but it doesn't have to be this way." Okoye snorted, standing up and gripping his spear tightly. "And why should I trust you? The Eagle tribe has already taken more than their share. What do you want?" Nala took a step forward, her eyes never leaving his. "I know your people are suffering, just as mine are. The drought has taken much from us both. But if we fight, there will be nothing left. I've come to offer a different path." Okoye's eyes flickered with suspicion, but something in her voice made him pause. "And what path is that?" "Come with me," Nala said, her voice dropping to a whisper. "There is a place we can talk, away from the eyes of our tribes. If we can come to an agreement, perhaps we can stop the war before it begins." Okoye hesitated, his instincts telling him not to trust her, but something about her confidence, her boldness, intrigued him. Against his better judgment, he nodded. "Lead the way." They walked in silence through the forest, the moonlight casting long shadows across the path. Okoye kept his spear at the ready, his eyes scanning the trees for any sign of danger. As they reached a clearing by the river, Nala stopped and turned to face him. "We don't have much time," she said, her voice urgent. "Our fathers are preparing for war, but we can stop it if we work together." Before she could finish, the sound of rustling leaves filled the air, and from the shadows a group of Eagle tribe warriors emerged, their spears glinting in the moonlight. Okoye's heart raced. He had been tricked. "Nala!" he growled, his eyes flashing with fury. "What is this?" Nala stepped back, her expression cold. "I did what I had to, Okoye. My people need this land, and you stand in the way." Okoye's muscles tensed, his grip tightening on his spear. He was surrounded, outnumbered, but he would not go down without a fight. "You think you can kill me so easily?" he snarled. The Eagle warriors closed in, their spears raised, but before they could strike, the air grew thick with an overwhelming presence. A deep growl echoed through the forest, and the wind began to howl. The warriors froze, their eyes wide with fear. From the darkness, the spirit of the Leopard King appeared, his form towering over them all. His glowing eyes bore into Nala, who stumbled backward, her face pale with terror. "You dare to betray the path of honor!" the Leopard King roared, his voice shaking the very earth beneath their feet. "You seek war when there is another way." Nala trembled, her confidence shattered in the face of the ancient spirit's wrath. I did what I thought was right," she stammered, but the Leopard King's gaze only grew more intense. "You have led your people into darkness," the spirit growled, "but there is still time to turn back. Okoye, you stand at a crossroads. Vengeance is within your grasp, but so is peace. Choose wisely." Okoye stood still, his heart pounding in his chest. He could feel the weight of the Leopard King's words pressing down on him. His instincts screamed for him to strike down Nala and the Eagle warriors, to exact his revenge for the trap they had set. But deep within, he knew that violence would only lead to more suffering. The words of Elder Mosey echoed in his mind. The true enemy is the drought, not the Eagle tribe. With a deep breath, Okoye lowered his spear. "I will not spill blood tonight," he said, his voice steady. "The drought has taken enough from us all. We must find another way." The Leopard King's eyes gleamed with approval. "You have chosen well, Okoye. But remember, the path to peace is not an easy one. There will be many trials ahead." As the spirit began to fade, the Eagle warriors lowered their weapons, their faces filled with uncertainty. Nala, still shaken, looked at Okoye with wide eyes. "Why did you spare me?" she asked, her voice barely a whisper. Okoye met her gaze, his expression hard. Because peace is more important than pride. But if you betray us again, the leopard king will not be so merciful. Nala nodded slowly, her shoulders sagging with the weight of her guilt. She had thought she could manipulate the situation, but now she realized the true cost of her actions. The next morning, Okoye returned to the leopard tribe, his mind heavy with the events of the night. As he approached the village, Elder Mosi met him at the entrance, his old eyes filled with understanding. "You made the right choice," Elder Mosi said quietly, "but this is only the beginning. The drought still threatens us all, and the road to peace will be long." Okoye nodded, his face serious. "I know, but we cannot afford to fight each other when the real enemy is the land itself. We must find a way to work together." Elder Mosi placed a hand on Okoye's shoulder, his grip firm. "You are wise beyond your years, Okoye. The ancestors watch over you." As the sun rose higher in the sky, casting its golden light over the village, Okoye stood tall, ready to face whatever challenges lay ahead. He knew that the path to peace would not be easy, but with the guidance of the ancestors and the strength of his people, he was determined to find a way. And in the distance, across the river, Nala stood at the edge of her village, watching the horizon with a new sense of purpose. She had made a terrible mistake, but she now understood that the future of both tribes depended on their ability to unite. The war had been averted, but the struggle was far from over. Both tribes would need to work together if they were to survive the drought and the trials that lay ahead. But for the first time in a long while, there was hope. Hey there, tale lovers. If you enjoyed my content, I would really appreciate it if you hit that like button, shared my channel with your friends, and subscribed to my channel Tales of Africa by JJ. I can't wait to share more amazing stories with you in the future. Thanks for your support. And by the way, does anyone else feel like the story should continue? If you do, let me know in the comment section below. See you on the next one.